Greetings, everybody. This is God Earth Goddess. I'm back with another video. I'm just sitting outside enjoying the weather because, for once, Georgia is not blazing hot today. We have a breeze and it actually feels decent. And so I'm just sitting outside in the afternoon enjoying the weather. And I've been thinking a lot lately about marriage and weddings, basically because of things I've been watching. But I was, watching these women have weddings and things like that, and I was thinking to myself, gosh, I wish as when I was like a baby or younger that my parents started saving for like my wedding, or at least like my wedding dress, like they put back a wedding dress fund. And I was thinking that marriage is the most important thing that a woman can do can get is to get married, because you're trained your whole life to be a wife and a mom, and then when we get married you're putting your training into practice, and that's it's pivotal. It's a very important moment for a woman. The wedding is a celebration of her coming into that womanhood and transitioning into that phase of her life. And I was thinking that people are so quick to put back money for girls to go to college and these college funds. I mean, there are some people that I know who have started on their daughters' college funds as soon as they're born, but no one's putting back money for their wedding dresses. Nobody's putting back money to go towards their marriage or the wedding. Nobody does that. And these people accumulate thousands of dollars over the course of their young life for this college fund. But who's putting back money for her dress, her wedding dress? Who's putting back money for her wedding? Isn't that equally as important or more important, that she has money for her wedding? Because weddings, as we all know, cost a lot of money. Wedding dresses cost a lot of money. And, I mean, you can't get married in like a courthouse or something, but everybody wants that lavish wedding. And, and that's fine. Even if you do get married at a courthouse, I'm not saying that's bad. I'm just saying, you want to have like a really nice wedding. But I was just thinking that with my three daughters, I'm going to start putting back, if not a wedding fund, at least a wedding dress fund. I feel like if you can't afford to put back money for a wedding, because it's a lot, at least like have a small nest egg or something put back for the dress, because that will help somewhat in some way. Because the dresses are, they're doing your artwork. The dresses are very, very expensive, and you're gonna need a large sum of money to cover that dress, at least part of it. And as far as the college funds go, a lot of people, they do know there's student loans. There's federal student loans for go to college. There are personal loans. There are loans at the bank that you can go to college, things like that. There's always going to be student loans to pay for you to go to college. There are no quote unquote loans set aside to pay for a wedding dress or to pay for your wedding. The federal government is not funding that. They will fund you to go to school. So my thing is, for the girls, why are you putting back so much money for college when they have funding for that, instead of putting back money for her to be married, putting back money for her to get her wedding dress? Because that's what I plan on doing. My daughters, if they want to go to college, they can. There's student loans for that, but I'm going to be putting back money to go towards their dress. When they get married, if they choose marriage, they'll have that money for the dress, and if they don't get married, they can use the money for something else. That's, and I wish I had thought of this sooner, but I'm glad I thought of it now, because I do have, my oldest is 15 and she's closer to marriage age than the other two daughters. And she, she's going to need the money sooner. So I'm going to start saving now. I'm still trying to delegate how much I'm going to save every month, but I'm going to save for their wedding dresses so they'll have a nest egg, at least for the dress. I just feel like with girls, this should be something that is very, very, very important to do because girls are raised for marriage. They're raised to be a wife and mother. And if you truly are raising them for that, there should be a nest egg for that, specifically for that. With the boys, they're going to be raised to be providers and workers to go out and provide for the family. So of course they should have that college fund. I get that they need the college fund, even though there's student loans. But I see why we would need a college fund for the boys. But for the girls, they need a marriage fund, a wedding dress fund, something like that. So when they make that transition for something they've been training for their whole life, they'll have that nest egg. It's just as important as a college fund for boys. It's equally as important. But, I just, all the thousands of dollars people accumulate for so long with these college funds for girls, not realizing that these things should go towards these wedding ceremonies, their dresses, because it's such a big step for them. They're coming into womanhood. But I decided that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to start saving money for their wedding dresses and things like that. Because I know I can't afford 3 weddings, but I can save back money for 3 dresses. So that's all I wanted to get on here and talk about. I just wanted to know what your opinions were about it, because we don't live in a society that saves for weddings anymore. Like there's certain countries in Asia and Africa where they save for the wedding for a period of years, but they don't really do that with girls here, and I wonder why. They're so quick to start saving for college. But what about her wedding? What about her dress? Like, and I get it's different cultures, but it's completely absent in our culture. It's something that we don't do, but we should be doing, because every girl, every woman deserves a lavish wedding and a nice dress, and it should be even more important than the college, because colleges come and go, but this is a step for the rest of your life. You can go to college anytime. I mean, there's funding for college everywhere, but the wedding and that wedding dress, to me, in my eyes, is so much more important than going to college and putting all that money towards college when it's already spaced out in all these loans everywhere. But that's just my opinion on the matter. But tell me what you think. Do you guys save for your daughter's weddings? If you have daughters, are you saving for a wedding dress? Are you part of one of those cultures that do that? Even if you aren't, are you doing that? You can also give me some pointers about how much I should be saving for 3 girls, because that's what I got. But yeah, so just my thoughts and my plans and what you guys think in the comments and all of that. That's all I had to say for today, but I'll talk to you guys later. All right. Bye-bye.